I dropped my bedroom noise from 46 decibels to 38 for 20 bucks. That's literally half as loud to human ears. I didn't hire a contractor, didn't replace the door, and didn't do anything permanent. Just 2 things from the hardware store in 30 minutes of my time. Every soundproofing guide I found told me to buy a $200 solid core door. I tried the cheap way first. Turns out the noise wasn't coming through my door anyway. It was leaking around it. I'm going to show you the exact method I've used in 6 different apartments. Same process every time. Same results every time. I've soundproofed 6 rental bedrooms using this exact setup. Every single one went from the mid-40s decibel range down to the high 30s, sometimes lower. When I moved out, full deposit back, every time. I didn't put holes in the walls, didn't damage anything, didn't leave marks on the door. You don't need to be handy for this. If you can use scissors and peel a sticker, you can do this. I've done it in apartments where I wasn't even allowed to hang pictures. The method works because it targets where sound actually escapes, not where you think it escapes. There's a difference, and that difference saves you hundreds of dollars. The science. Sound takes the path of least resistance. Your hollow core door is basically 2 thin sheets of wood with cardboard honeycomb inside. But even a bank vault door wouldn't help if you've got a 1-inch gap at the bottom and cracks around the frame. Want to see where your sound is leaking? Close your bedroom door at night with the lights on. Then go to the other side and look for light bleeding through. See light? Sound sees it too. Most doors have massive gaps. Bottom gap is usually 1 inch. The sides and top have smaller cracks where the door doesn't quite seal against the frame. Those gaps are highways for noise. You need 2 things to seal them. A door sweep for the bottom. Weather stripping for the sides and top. Total cost is about 20 bucks. But I screwed this up the first time because I bought the wrong type of weather stripping and skipped a critical prep step. Cost me an extra 10 bucks and 2 hours redoing everything. I'll show you exactly which ones to buy and how to avoid the mistakes that waste your money. Step 1. Prep the frame. Before you buy anything, check if your door frame is actually tight against the wall. Because if it's loose, weather stripping won't seal anything. Close your door and look for light on all 4 sides. The bottom will show light. That's expected. But if light is bleeding through the sides or top, your door jamb is loose. The jamb is the frame piece your door closes against. Sometimes it pulls away from the wall. Tighten the screws holding it in place. I skipped this step in my first apartment. Stuck weather stripping on a loose jamb, watched it fail within a week, had to rip it all off, and fix the frame first. Don't make that mistake. This prep step costs you nothing but saves you from wasting 10 bucks on weather stripping that peels off. Step 2. Install the door sweep. The bottom gap is where most of your noise escapes. A typical bedroom door has about a 1-inch gap under it. That's basically rolling out the red carpet for sound. You need a door sweep, but there are 2 types. The cheap version screws or sticks underneath your door. It works, but it's permanent. Good luck getting your deposit back when you move out. The better option is the U-shaped sliding door sweep. Costs about 10 bucks. You slide it onto the bottom edge of your door without screws or adhesive. When you move, you slide it off and take it with you. I've reused the same door sweep in 3 different apartments. Measure your door width. Most interior doors are 30 inches, but measure yours. Mark that measurement on the sweep and cut it with scissors. These things are designed to be trimmed. Here's where I almost screwed up. I made the sweep too long the first time and it dragged on the floor. My door was hard to open. Had to take it off and trim another 1/2 inch. The rubber part should barely touch the floor when the door closes. Too much pressure and your door drags. Too little and you still have a gap. Close the door and check for light at the bottom. No light? Sound isn't getting through either. I tested this step by itself with a decibel meter. Noise dropped from 46 decibels to about 42 to 44 decibels. Noticeable improvement, but sound was still bleeding through the sides and top. That's where weather stripping comes in. Step 3. Add weather stripping. Now you seal the sides and top of the door frame. Weather stripping is basically a thin foam strip with adhesive backing. Costs about 10 bucks for a roll that covers your entire door frame. But you need to buy the right kind, because I didn't the first time and my door wouldn't close anymore. I thought thicker meant better. Bought thick, firm weather stripping. When I closed my door, it wouldn't latch. I had to fight the door every time. Ripped it all off and started over. You want the thin, squishy foam type. When you close your door, it should compress the foam slightly to create a seal without making you wrestle the door. Before you stick it on, clean the door frame. Use a damp cloth and wipe away all the dust. Then let it dry completely. Self-adhesive weather stripping will not stick to a dusty surface. I skipped this step in my second apartment because I was lazy. Watched the weather stripping peel off within 3 days. Had to clean the frame and redo the whole thing. Once the frame is clean and dry, peel the backing off the weather stripping and press it firmly along the door jamb, top and both sides. Position it so the door compresses it slightly when closed, but not so much that the door won't latch. Close the door. It should close smoothly with just a bit more resistance than before. If it's too tight, peel it off and reposition it slightly inward. Check for light gaps. You should see almost none. Maybe a tiny bit here and there. That's fine. You've sealed the major leaks. The combined effect of the door sweep and weather stripping is where the magic happens. My decibel meter showed a drop into the high 30s. Sometimes it hit the mid-30s in quiet moments. That's a 6 to 10 decibel reduction from where you started. A 10 decibel drop sounds like half the volume to human ears. The results: $20, 30 minutes. Cut noise in half. You'll still hear loud sounds like shouting or a TV at full volume. This isn't professional studio soundproofing. But normal conversation, background TV noise, someone cooking in the kitchen, all of that drops to muffled background noise. The difference is especially obvious late at night or early in the morning when the house is otherwise quiet. This is completely rental-friendly. The weather stripping can stay when you move out. Most landlords don't care because it actually improves the property. The door sweep slides right off. Reusable. I've gotten my full deposit back from 6 different landlords using this method. Not one of them had an issue with it. But what if you do all this and it's still not enough? Then you need to look at bigger upgrades. But don't skip this step first, because even expensive upgrades won't work without sealing the gaps. When to upgrade. If the $20 solution isn't cutting it, your next move is replacing the hollow core door with a solid core door. Solid core doors are denser and heavier. They block more sound. They cost about double what a hollow core costs. So you're looking at maybe $100 to $150 installed. But even a solid core door won't help much if you skip the door sweep and weather stripping. That 1-inch gap at the bottom still lets everything through. I've seen friends spend $200 on a new door and wonder why they can still hear everything. They didn't seal the gaps. Start with the cheap fixes. Test them. If you need more after that, then upgrade the door itself. That's how you soundproof a door for $20. Door sweep at the bottom. Weather stripping on the sides and top. Tested in 6 apartments. Works every time. If you want to see how to soundproof walls or windows next, click the video on screen now.